There comes a moment when your chest feels tight, and not from the weight you're lifting but from the burden you're carrying. A moment when your room is full of silence, yet it feels louder than any scream. A moment where you sit, eyes wide open at 2 a.m., asking the ceiling questions it can't answer. Why me? How did it get like this? When will it stop hurting? If you're in that moment right now, just breathe with me. You're not broken, you're not weak, you're not lost forever. You're just in a hard chapter, and hard chapters don't mean the story is over. This is not your downfall, this is the moment everything inside you is being asked to rise. Most people think hardship is a sign that something's gone wrong, but that's not true. Hardship is not the enemy, it's the gatekeeper to becoming more than you were yesterday. It's the test life gives before it promotes you to a new level of strength. And yes, it hurts, it burns, it steals your sleep and challenges your sanity. But the pain you're feeling isn't punishment, it's preparation. There's a fire that life will throw you into, and not to destroy you, but to shape you. Just like gold is refined through heat, your character is being formed in the furnace of adversity. You're being molded right now into something deeper, wiser, and unshakable. But it doesn't feel heroic in the moment, does it? It just feels like you're tired. It feels like you're carrying 1,000 pounds and still showing up, and you wonder how long this can last. Let me tell you something that might just anchor you right now. It's not supposed to feel easy. We're not meant to go through life untouched by struggle. It's through the struggle that we discover what we're made of. It's in the pain that we find out what really matters. You are not in this dark moment to be defeated. You are in it to be defined. There was a man who once told me his story, and I've never forgotten it. He was in his 30s when it happened. His life looked fine on the outside. He had a good job, a long-term relationship, a home filled with family memories. Then, in a cruel sequence of 3 months, everything unraveled. First, his mother passed away. 2 weeks later, he was laid off. A month after that, the woman he loved packed her bags and left without a word. His world didn't just fall apart, it disappeared. Days became a blur. Nights became long sessions of staring at the ceiling. Too numb to cry, too tired to scream. He told me how he would walk through the house, past the chair where his mother used to sit, past the photos that now felt like ghosts. He checked his phone over and over, praying for a message that would never come. The silence became unbearable, but instead of collapsing, he did something powerful, something silent, something private. Every morning, before doing anything else, he wrote one sentence in a notebook. This is not the end of me. Just that. Nothing fancy. No long journaling. Just that sentence. Then he'd go for a walk, not because it solved anything, but because movement was proof he was still alive. He started applying for jobs again, and not because he felt inspired, but because discipline had to carry him where hope couldn't. Weeks passed, then months. Slowly, painfully, he rebuilt. A new job, a therapist, long drives with music that didn't hurt so much. One day he laughed for the first time in almost a year. He said it startled him, like remembering what sunlight felt like after too long in the dark. I asked him what helped most during that season. He said something I'll never forget. Losing everything made me face everything I was avoiding. I thought life was breaking me, but it was rebuilding me. I wasn't dying, I was waking up. That's what hardship does. It forces you to let go of illusions. It takes what you clung to and asks, now who are you without this? And if you stay, if you breathe through it, if you face it, you find out that you're more than you thought, stronger than you imagined. You're not weak for feeling lost. You're brave for staying. When things get hard, the world will tell you to hustle harder, to distract yourself, to numb the pain with quick fixes, temporary escapes, fake smiles. But you don't need more noise. You need stillness. You need silence, and not the suffocating kind, but the kind that allows you to hear your soul again. There's a place inside you that no chaos can touch, a core of calm beneath the surface. When you stop running and sit with yourself, that's where you find peace. Hard times aren't the signal to panic. They're the invitation to pause, to listen, to grow. The storm outside doesn't have to become a storm within. And no, it doesn't mean you won't cry. It doesn't mean you won't ache. But it means you can remain rooted even when everything above you shakes. Most people think strength feels like boldness, like confidence, like shouting, I've got this. But true strength often feels like doubt, like trembling hands and a quiet voice whispering, I don't know how, broken bar, but I'll keep going. You don't have to feel strong to be strong. Showing up, even when your heart is breaking, that's strength. Trying again, even with tears in your eyes, that's power. Breathing through pain, that's courage. One of the most damaging thoughts you can hold during hard times is, why me? It's a natural question, but it leads to nowhere. It sinks you into self-pity and keeps you from growing. Instead, try asking, what is this here to teach me? The pain might be teaching you to let go, to stop controlling what you were never meant to control, to find peace in surrender. Or maybe it's showing you your limits, so you can build new ones. Maybe it's breaking your identity so a truer one can rise. The more you shift from why me to what now, the faster you regain your power. Blame takes energy, growth returns it. And there is nothing more empowering than realizing that while you didn't choose the pain, you still get to choose your response. Emotions will roar when things fall apart. They'll scream at you to give up, to isolate, to escape. But emotions aren't always dry, they're weather. Real, yes, but temporary. You don't need to control them. You need to outlast them. Let them pass like waves, not walls. And here's the tool that will carry you when emotions can't. Discipline. Not the cold, military kind, but the sacred kind. The kind that says, I'll get out of bed even if I don't want to. I'll show up for myself even if no one else does. Discipline is how you keep going when your heart begs you to stop. It's not glamorous. No one claps. But it's the quiet thread that stitches your life back together. Hard times isolate you. They make you feel like you're the only one drowning. But you're not. Others have stood in your shoes. Others have faced the same darkness. You are not as alone as your mind tells you. Even now, someone is watching you as someone who one day will draw strength from how you kept going. Your survival will become someone else's guide. Your scars will become someone else's map. You don't even know yet whose life your story will touch. This pain won't last. I know it feels endless, like time has frozen, like joy will never return. But that's a lie pain tells. Everything changes, even this. Your tears have an expiration date. The nights that seem unbearable now will one day be memories. The wounds that sting will scar, and those scars will remind you, you survived. It's hard to believe while you're in it, but you're not stuck. You're in motion. You're becoming. This moment is not your end, it's your threshold. You are stepping into the kind of person who can endure more, love deeper, and rise stronger. You are becoming the one who doesn't just talk about strength but embodies it. If no one's told you lately, you're doing better than you think. The fact that you're still standing says something about you. The fact that you're still trying says even more. Be kind to yourself. Speak gently. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep moving. Replace the cruel inner dialogue with words you would say to a friend. You wouldn't tell them they're worthless, would you? Then don't say that to yourself. Say, I'm learning. Say, I'm healing. Say, I am not done yet. This is not the end of you. This is not where your story ends. This is a detour, not a dead end. One day, you'll look back at this version of yourself as the one crying in silence, the one walking alone, the one hanging on by a thread, and you'll thank them. You'll say, thank you for not giving up on everything and you wanted to. So take the next breath. Take the next step, even if it's small, even if it hurts, because when things get hard, you don't rise by being perfect. You rise by being present. You rise by showing up. You rise by becoming. And you, right now, in your pain, in your mess, in your confusion, you are rising.